Hey, it's another action figure obsession video with me, your old pal, Avian and Loaded, and here we have two of the 80s greatest creations, I believe created by Bill Mantlo and Rick Leonardi, if I recall correctly. These are Cloak and Dagger. They are a team. They were teenagers who were transformed by an industrial accident that I believe was caused by the Roxxon Corporation, or Roxxon as they called it on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I think it Roxxon, right? Like Exxon, Roxxon, I don't know. Roxxon seems like a very aggressive pronunciation, but I always, when I was a kid, in my head, when I was reading about the Roxxon Corporation in Marvel Comics, that's how I pronounced it in my head anyway. Um, so Cloak and Dagger, they had their own TV show for a while when Marvel Studios was cranking out a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know. I remember watching the first episode or two with my wife, and I don't remember anything after that. So I think we lost interest in it pretty quickly. But like with a lot of the Marvel stuff, um, the TV shows and the movies don't really capture the essential wonder and power of some of Marvel's characters. Um, and just what can you do? I'm sorry, I didn't finish watching Cloak and Dagger. I love the characters, though. I love the artwork, the Rick Leonardi artwork in that four-issue miniseries in the '80s. Um, Cloak's power is very sort of otherworldly and cryptic and weird, and he can teleport things inside his cloak. I'm not going to do it here, but these characters, these figures rather, well, first of all, I should point out that Dagger is actually a kit bash. This is the Walgreens exclusive Moonstone figure with the Sharon Carter head from the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. 3-pack. Um, I used to have Dagger. Guess what happened to her? Actually, I used to have Cloak too. Guess what happened to him? This is a cloak that I reacquired not that long ago, maybe a year or two back at a vintage toy store in Vermont. And they didn't have Dagger. The Cloak and Dagger came out together in separate boxes, but they came out together in the SP//DR wave, Build-A-Figure wave of Marvel Legends. That was a like the spider robot that you see. I think there was a version of SPDR in into the uh, into the Spider Verse, or Across the Spider Verse, or Hey, It's the Spider Verse. I forget which movie it was, but anyway, um, the Dagger basically, this is a pretty good head sculpt for Dagger, I think, and the costume certainly. I mean, her power is light and Cloak's power is darkness, so I think that we can forget that it's Moonstone, right? I mean, this body is a little more voluptuous than the Moonstone, or than the Dagger body, but maybe this is an older Cloak and Dagger. I mean, just head cannon it away. That's all you got to do. Fire up that head cannon and go to town. Um, and I added so it is the Moonstone body with the Sharon Carter head from the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. 3-pack, and then I added the sort of light effect. I've got a whole bin full of stuff like this, and that just you pull off the hand. You see there's a little ring there going around her thumb. That's to hold it in place. Well, it's actually around her finger, in between her finger and thumb there from this angle. But it's like a half ring with a little hole in the middle, so you can kind of put it where you want it. And I just figured that would be a good. Marvel used these effects for so many characters, these sort of Kirby Crackle concentric circle event effects. And my gut told me that I had a pair of yellow ones. I mean, white would have been just as good too. I mean, in the comics, she throws like daggers made of light. So aggressive, so violent. Uh, but here she is, just sort of shedding some light on the subject with her light power. And I don't know. I think she makes a pretty good dagger. I've thought about doing this for well, since I got Cloak, and then I bought Moonstone at Walgreens when she was on clearance. It's so funny, these Walgreens exclusive figures now. They couldn't get rid of Moonstone on clearance when it was $9.99. I happened to pick one up. But all the Walgreens exclusives, now that the Walgreens exclusive program has ended with Marvel Legends, they are left with all the stock that didn't sell, and they keep going up in price. And now I think if you go into a Walgreens, if you can find a Marvel Legends figure in the toy aisle, and that's probably 50-50 at this point, because a lot of collectors have scooped them up when they did go on clearance long ago. But now the ones that they do have remaining in stock, they have priced at $32.99. So with tax, that's gonna knock you down for about almost $40 for these figures. That at the height of the Walgreens exclusive program, they were $20 figures, and really, I mean, you look at Moonstone, Dagger, it's just a blank body with some paint on the chest. And, her original head, she had a little bit of paint on her. She had a masked head with a little bit of paint on it. I think there was some paint. But other than that, it cost them nothing. This is just the generic, voluptuous female body from like 2015 or 2016, maybe even before that. It works for what it is, but it's not worth $40, my friends. But anyway, yeah, Cloak and Dagger were teenagers. They got involved in an industrial accident at Roxxon, and they were exposed to, I think it was, a chemical sludge, radioactive waste, some sort of goo that transformed them, gave them powers. And as I started off saying before this incredible digression, and you really have to pat me on the back for the length and breadth of this digression that I've been on, you can take the head off of Cloak, and the cloak stands up by itself, and then you can put the head back on top of the cloak so that there's no body in there, and you can actually fit Dagger's body inside the cloak as if she is emerging from the darkness that he carries within that cloak, the transportational or teleportational abilities of his cloak. So that was a pretty cool effect. I'm not sure, because the Moonstone body is a little taller than the Dagger body, I'm not 100% sure that it would work well with these two figures, but I don't really want to do it anyway. The other cool thing about Cloak, and I'm not sure you'll be able to see it here, but other than the face, which is beautifully sculpted and beautifully painted, I mean, that is just an incredible head sculpt. Absolutely one of the best in the entire history of Marvel Legends. But the body inside is just a black body, but it's translucent black. So when you do, and the cape is translucent as well. It's a translucent black with blue lines painted on it. So the stripes there. So if you were to shine light through Cloak, you'd be able to see through both the cloak and the body. I wonder, I haven't done this before, but I wonder if I can kind of pull that off here. I'm going to give it a try. Let's see. So, oh yeah, you can definitely see it with the cloak, right? And the body, I think, has like a gradient translucence to it. I'm not really sure that it's coming through on the camera or to my naked eye. Oh, there. See, that was his lower torso there. You can see how it's translucent, and also his forearm and hand. So the entire figure, other than the head, which, as I say, is quite beautifully painted. Ooh, he looks good at that angle, doesn't he? Like he's, yeah, I like that. It's a great figure. It really is a great figure. And, yeah, I've done it now. All right, you can just stand there. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. The production values will never improve on these videos. If you hate it, this is why I get 2 subscribers and then I lose 1 or 2, and it just kind of fluctuates because they tune in for the subject matter and then they flee from the production, catastrophic production quality. I'm sorry about that. I'm working on spit and baling wire here. It's all I got. Already lost 1 phone in this whole effort. My good phone died. It's a whole other story. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, he's translucent, everybody. Other than the painted head and the fabulous painted head and sculpt, and the stripes on the cloak are really impressive for Hasbro, especially. Um, it just really is really well done. This is one of those figures that you look at it, and I don't know if it's Jesse Falcon. By the way, the other day I said I thought Jesse Falcon worked for Hasbro. I actually think he works for Marvel, and he's like their liaison between Marvel and the Hasbro Marvel Legends team, and I could be wrong about that. If I am, correct me in the comments. But Jesse Falcon was with Toy Viz when they were doing the Marvel Legends, and he may have been working for Marvel at that time as well. And he just sort of is Mr. Marvel Legends. But he's the one that I always go, when you see a figure like this Cloak figure here, and you realize the absolute astounding quality of it for what it is. I mean, this is not something that Hasbro normally would knock out of the park. Kind of a C-list superhero, compared to Spider-Man or Wolverine or Iron Man or whoever. But but quality-wise, the quality of the sculpt, the quality of the paint, the effort that they put into the translucent cape and the translucent plastic for the body. I mean, no Spider-Man figure and no Iron Man figure has ever gotten this kind of deluxe treatment, and it really is quite striking to behold. As good as it looks on camera, it looks even better in person, I promise you. So anyway, was I saying anything else? Do I need to go back to anything else? I don't know. I don't think so. So anyway, yeah, this is my Cloak from the Marvel Legends SP//DR Build-A-Figure Wave, and my improvised kit-bashed custom Dagger on the Walgreens exclusive Moonstone body with an added light effect to show her powers. There she is with her powers. And I do have another one for the other hand if I ever want to, do a more power-intensive posing session with them. But I'm kind of going through some of my figures right now and realizing that I haven't given them enough of a place of honor in my collection and in my displays. This is another guy, Man-Thing. And this is the reissue of the Man-Thing Build-A-Figure from a couple of years ago that was slightly modified to look more like the Man-Thing from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the one that had his own TV special and I think appeared in something else besides that maybe. But this is actually better than the Build-A-Figure because there's more paint on it. Look at that little flower there on his shoulder. I think, does he have mushrooms on the back? Am I remembering that correctly? Oh, no, there's some mushrooms on his shoulder there. It's like scale mail except with fungi. He's a fun guy. Ted Salas, the Man-Thing, and he who knows fear burns at the Man-Thing's touch. But anyway, yeah, I've been thinking about some of the real gems that are in this collection. I spend so much time thinking about Deadpool and Spider-Man and Captain America and Iron Man, and I'm looking around who a Hulk, and there's a lot of these guys that I just really haven't put front and center in my displays, and I think that's going to change because just the fact that I was watching a video, a year-end best of, I think it was 2024 maybe when this Man-Thing came out, and I'm watching the it's so ridiculous, but it's what an action figure obsession is all about. I'm watching the countdown, and he gets to Man-Thing, and he says, and this Man-Thing is one of the best figures of the year, and I'm like, oh man, he looks great. I wish I had him. Oh hell, I do have him, but he was way in the back, way in the back, and I forgot I even had him. Another consequence of having, somewhere around 500 Marvel Legends. And I don't have them all cataloged like I do my G.I. Joe Classified. I have a checklist of all those so I know which ones I have and roughly where they are in the toy room. But maybe the very thought of doing that for 500 Marvel Legends is just filling me with existential ennui and anxiety. Let me say that again. Existential ennui and anxiety. That'd be a good name for a band. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big round of applause for Existential Ennui and Anxiety. Or maybe it would be Existential Ennui featuring Anxiety. Maybe. Let me think about that. So yeah, Cloak and Dagger. This is my Cloak and Dagger. Obviously not yours, unless you did the same thing with Moonstone and that little yellow power effect. And the Sharon Carter head. And special guest appearance by Man-Thing. because I'm thinking about figures that I just have not centered enough in my displays. He's an impressive looking guy. I mean, he's just, he's a thing of beauty, and he's huge, huge. All right. This is just me, living my toy life and thinking out loud. I played one of these videos for my wife last night, and she was laughing her ass off, but she's like, this is really how you do it? I'm like, yeah, this is really how I do it. And, dozens of people, have at least stopped in to check it out. And I don't know. It's a whole thing. All right, that's going to do it for this action figure obsession video. Actually, I should have probably said that 10 minutes ago, but it is going to do it. And if you like this video for some reason, please seek help, and also leave a thumbs up, a like, a comment, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you are informed of future video releases on the Avian and Lotion. Yes, stay tuned for our soon to come a new line of skincare products from Avian and Lotion. Thanks for watching this action figure obsession video on the Avian and Loaded channel. Make sure you take care of your skin. It's winter, very dry out there in some places, and you want to stay hydrated, everybody. Drink your water, as D Amazing says. And that will do it. I'm going to stop talking now, and I will see you on the next action figure obsession video.